is my great pleasure to introduce our alumni commencement speaker. UCLA English graduate Marla Provencio began working as a production coordinator at ABC the same year she graduated from UCLA, and she has been there ever since, assuming a variety of responsibilities while working her way up to her current position as Executive Vice President and Chief Marketing Officer for ABC Entertainment Group. Her work is a brilliant example of how being trained in the English department at UCLA can help each of our graduates here today reach their full potential. Marla's creativity, her proactive and forward-thinking approach, and her excellent communicational skills have been behind some of our favorite TV shows in recent years: Grey's Anatomy, Lost, Desperate Housewives, Dancing with the Stars, Modern Family, and most recently, How to Get Away with Murder. Marla was named Entertainment Marketeer of the Year by Ad Age magazine in 2015 and 2017, and in 2019, she was honored at the Emmy Awards for Outstanding Creative Achievement in Interactive Media Fiction. 4 times, Marla has been recognized as one of the most powerful and influential Latinos in entertainment, and last year, she made the Hollywood Reporter's list of Power 100 Women in Entertainment and Top 25 Latinos in Entertainment. Marla happily acknowledges the role that the mentorship of others have played in her success, and she actively contributes to the success of others through ABC's mentoring program. Earlier this year, she shared in the Diversity Journal that the best career advancement advice she ever received was this: move out of your comfort zone and seek opportunities that will change you. It is my great honor to welcome our distinguished alumni speaker to our stage today, Marla Provencio.
Class of 2015, parents, guests, esteemed scholars, it is such a privilege and honor for me to be here today. When I was asked to speak at this commencement, I was so overwhelmed and wasn't sure I was worthy of standing up in front of you. After all, I graduated in 1979, which seems like a time long, long ago. I even had to ask if some of the iconic monuments of my college years still lived on, such as my freshman parking lot, which was Lot 12 by the Rec Center. I was informed it has now been replaced by tennis courts and an aquatic center. I inquired whether Baskin-Robbins still existed in Kirchhoff Hall. They told me it closed down in February. I was afraid to ask if the study hall in the basement of Powell Library was still standing, because after all, there's no greater thrill than feeling extinct. But there are the moments that not even time can wipe away. Seeing the unforgettable John Wooden carrying his cafeteria tray with a Daily Bruin under his arm, entering Royce Hall with 400 others for a jazz exam, watching an astronomy professor draw a perfectly circumference circle over and over again on the blackboard to the applause of many, being there for the amazing win over Ohio State at the Rose Bowl. Yes. Getting high in my abnormal psychology class by the very fumes coming from the marijuana experiments happening in the labs of Franz Hall below us. And wondering what would ever make me believe the rise and fall of the Ottoman Empire would be an easy A, or as we called it back then, a MIC class, when it clearly was not. But today is not about looking back. It's about looking ahead and realizing that it's all about you. Why, may you ask? Because you are the chosen ones to have reached one of many finish lines in this marathon called life. The chosen ones to be graduating from one of the most esteemed and respected academic institutions in the country. The chosen ones because you wear the precious title now of alumni, along with the many other accolades you will accrue over time. And lastly, the chosen ones because even I, as a distinguished enough alum asked to give a commencement address, couldn't get my son enrolled here as a freshman. But grudges and kidding aside, I am here, yes, as the Chief Marketing Officer of ABC who loves what she does. Yes, as an alumni of UCLA who gets excited every time she hears the Bruin fight song. And yes, as a Mexican-American woman who is proud of her heritage. But even more importantly, I'm here as a friend and as a mother of one who would like to share with you what I would tell my best friend or my son if they were graduating on this very special day. Now, having been an English major, I've been known to recite from the great works of James Joyce or D.H. Lawrence to make my points. But in life, I've also relied on some other noteworthy names. So let me begin by quoting Dr. Seuss, as I have to my son many times. Why fit in when you were meant to stand out? And what I mean by that is, when you enter the workforce or you go down any path you choose, do not change who you are for anyone. You don't have to be like the rest, think like the rest, or especially act like the rest because you feel you have to be like others. Having worked at ABC for now over 32 years, I started my career there by acquiring the source material for the producers who were creating the promos or trailers for the ABC shows. I wanted so desperately to create these promos and had an editor stay with me one night to help me do just that. Well, they must have liked what I produced because the next thing I knew, they gave me the chance to produce the promos for the daytime drama All My Children, while still doing the job that I was hired to do, of course. Then I was given Saturday morning cartoons to promote, then the Oscars, and the shows kept on coming. I said yes to anything they asked me to work on because I wanted to prove to myself and others I could accomplish it. Doing what everyone else did, or certainly just what was expected, was not an option for me. Since I achieved so much more, because I wanted so much more, I became noticed. I stood out and I kept moving forward. No backstabbing, no indiscretions, no compromising of others, just honest to goodness hard work. You must never be afraid to let others know who you are and what you want. Fall on your sword for what matters most to you. Knock doors down if you need to, but do it because it's who you are. There will be those who will try to persuade you, lure you into doing things, even convince you that what you believe is wrong. But if you trust yourself and you go with your gut, at the end of the day, you can live with yourself. It won't matter if you're right or wrong. What matters is that you are true to who you are, what you believe in, what you stand for, and by doing that, you will definitely stand out. To quote from another gem, in the movie The Way We Were, yes, an oldie but a goodie, and if you've never heard of it, ask your parents about it or watch it on Netflix. Robert Redford's character is trying to break up with Barbra Streisand's character, and he says, "Katie, you expect so much." And she responds, "Ah, but look what I've got." Take a good look at yourself and never underestimate what you are capable of doing. In marketing, when new shows are launched, we take producer meetings, which means I've had to sit across from J.J. Abrams, Steven Spielberg, Shonda Rhimes, and John Ridley. It's thrilling, it's daunting, it's terrifying, overwhelming, and you wonder, oh my God, what if I look stupid or I say something they don't like? To face that fear and walk in, taking that leap, there's no greater gratification when you get to the other side and hear them say, "I love how you're marketing my show. Keep doing what you're doing." Or, "I also like that piece of key art that you liked." Or, "I hope my show lives up to your great marketing campaign." Now, I have to admit, not every meeting is going to be a home run. But rest assured, not every meeting is going to be a failure either. Look at them all as learning experiences. Failure is the opportunity to learn and grow. Success is the adrenaline needed to raise your own bar. Just know that there is a reason you're in the job, in the meeting, in the job interview. It's because you did something absolutely right to get yourself there, and you have the ability to do it right over and over again. Maya Angelou once said, "Do the best you can until you know better. Then when you know better, do better." You have been given the best tools to set the world on fire. Your years at UCLA have provided you the ability to think critically, analyze the meaning behind words, documents, speeches. Whether you go on to become a lawyer, a social worker, a blogger, or a movie producer, in every meeting you attend, every negotiation you oversee, any public speaking you do, or even any exchanges with an associate, a boss, a new client, you will be up for this challenge because nothing has prepared you more than this degree you've earned. You will be able to communicate, debate, decipher, critique, Strategize. If you can tear apart the sonnets of William Shakespeare to admire their true meaning, if you can discuss the significance of Milton's Paradise Lost, just know you can argue for more incremental dollars for a marketing campaign. You can express your opinions on a panel regarding social media. You can strategize an argument to get your client what he needs or wants, because you have been taught the skills needed, as Olivia Pope would say from Scandal, to get the job done. But it doesn't stop there. Higher learning can now also be defined as the environment you now work in, or as I like to call it, on-the-job training. Everything around you now is a learning opportunity. Say thank you to technology, because it has leveled the playing field as we all uncover new worlds and a greater connection to them. It has created new roles and responsibilities that didn't even exist 1 year ago or 2 years ago. It will continue to drive the emerging workforce that is being affected by the insatiable wants and needs of the consumer, patient, client, actually any person committed to keeping up with the times. Needless to say, we are all on this path of discovery. Embrace it, ride the wave, and make it work for you. The Dalai Lama once said, "Don't let the behavior of others destroy your inner peace." Marketing folks have a much more eloquent way of saying it, and that is, hashtag don't let the bastards get you down. Living in this creative world such as I do, rejection is no stranger. I face it every day. It is a well-known fact in the entertainment community that if the movie or a television show is a hit, it's the content. If the movie or television show fails, it's the marketing. Never take things so personally, though, that it clouds your judgment, questions your judgment, or even worse, questions yourself. You must have the fire and the drive of a person who is ready to take on a world filled with challenges. Do it with passion or not at all, because it will be the motivation that gets you up in the morning and that sense of accomplishment you will feel at the end of the day. Just remember that whether others believe in your convictions or not doesn't really matter, because you can promote, demote, or terminate any one of those people. You are the CEO of your life. And speaking of life, don't get so busy making a living that you forget to make a life. As I've often told my son, work hard, play hard. Don't stand around texting or tweeting while life passes you by. Seize the moment and define it by living in the now. Don't get caught up in the future looking at what you want to attain, rather than appreciating what you've accomplished that given day. The world around you is your new campus now. Anything and everything can inspire you, so allow your surroundings to expand your mind, heighten your senses, and trigger the joy. Now, with all you having read the greatest literary works in history, you all know the power of great storytelling. It's now time for you to create your own story. You are the storytellers of your own life. Script it in a way that will give you few regrets. Tell it so colorfully that it will have people listening. Know that there will be protagonists, antagonists, irony, satire, drama, comedy, tragedy. There will be chapters you will want to forget, but there will be pages that you will want to read over and over again. Just know you can always institute a rewrite, and at any given moment, you have the power to say, this is not how the story is going to end. You, in fact, allowed me to change one of my own chapters in facing my greatest fear of public speaking today. Therefore, class of 2015, I will always be grateful for the gift you gave me. I applaud and envy each and every one of you, because the day is yours, with a future full of promise, a mind bursting with ideas, and a heart consumed with emotion. All I would ask, as your newfound friend, is to go into the world and do well, but more importantly, go into the world and do good. Congratulations, and thank you.